close, it's tightening. My brothers do the right thing, tapping on the floor. I can't lie, I'm burning white, but my own mind needs you inside. I feel this time it's on tonight, but wishing I'm not seeing light. And if I'm right, I've seen the stars. Seems like there's no more lonely nights, no. Then I guess I know that I'm feeling the fire. I can see nothing in our way when I'm catching on fire. When we're both here together today, are you ready for fire? Cause it seems we're on the same flame, and I feel this heat in the space. Then oh, I guess I know that I'm feeling the clouds break apart. Are we going back to the start? Going back to the start, yeah. But I'm feeling the fire all up in my heart. Don't you think that we're ready for another part? Cause I know that we're really too far from the start. Cause I know that we're really too far from the start. But I'm feeling the fire all up in my heart. Don't you think that we're ready for another part? Cause I know that we're really too far from the start. And I'm feeling the that I'm feeling the
Lady Mac Sports Pro Super we enter the ready the circle of companies and like never before. And alongside me trip. Do it.
I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. Very all of you viewers as well. All that today last game get or today that grand day so all the work will be crown
on the max it's the who of the is I'm very excited for the
I mean excited since tournament we've done. In fact, so unique things that you need, and we started on a stage where we had 18 teams. 12 of them would qualify to the point rush stage. Yesterday, we saw the point rush. This is where the teams were battling for an earlier advantage. The teams that spots yesterday will see the advantage today. They have a little bit of head start. That means today in the grand finals, some of these teams will have points in their bags before the matches even begin.
The grand final is here, the title is here, and the biggest thing, that is the prize pool worth of 15 lakh, which will have the split as follows. The champions take away the biggest chunk with 5 lakh INR. Second goes with 2,50,000 rupees. Third goes with 1,25,000 rupees, so on and so forth until the end. Each and every team to qualify in to take away a individual takes
Placement points until the 10th. Two positions will not get any placement points. Pointers teams will have placement as you know in same number. The number of they have is the same. Then compare the eliminations against each other. The team. And if some by a massive stroke of luck, that too is, we will be then taking a look at their survival rank.
clear tiebreaker rules, and obviously we have been explaining throughout the the with your friend. Here comes the final day format that we have been talking since the start of the tournament. Format champion. Any team out of the 12 teams in the grand finals that reaches 80-point marker will activate champion rush condition, and the condition is they have to get a booyah in the immediate next map. If at all the team cannot, again we go towards the same loop towards the next map, followed until 8th, and still if this champion rush format is not activated, the team to procure the highest score takes away the title.
Exactly. And this will force teams to not only play for points very quickly to get that champion rush condition, but also to then get the booyah in order to completely win. They'll have to play both aggressively and defensively at the same time. And what's even more important is that they are not allowed to use the same active skill. Only one active skill per player. That is the unique rush condition over here. Now, any team that has all 4 players will have to use all 4 different active abilities. That's how this tournament is becoming very interesting, because the teams are forced to play in a versatile manner. And this is what happened yesterday. Yesterday, Assassin Army was at the top. That's why today, before they start, they will get a head start for 10 points. Desi Onyx finished second yesterday. That's why they will have a head start of 7 points. Similarly, P and Rose will have a head start of 5 points. Team Elite, they finished 4th. They were almost tied up with P and Rose. But because of a tiny difference, they will have a tiny difference of 2 points today as well. Team Vasio at 5th point will start with 2 extra points, and TSG will have only 1 extra point. No other team gets any sort of advantage. They will all be starting from 0.
Here we go ahead with the day about 8 maps for sure, if at all the champion rush point is not activated, followed by booyah. Now, Crips, I have got a question, and to the audience as well. Which game do you think that teams will hit 80 points and followed by which they have to gain a booyah? According to me, if I had to go for it, I think it would be game number 5.
I do think game number 5 is a good safe bet. The team that gets to the 80-point marker first needs to then get a booyah in the immediate next game. And these teams are only aware about the first 5 maps. They don't know what the last 3 maps will be. That is still a mystery that will be determined later. So far, we've seen the tournament in this similar format where the 6th game often is a random map. today all the remaining maps, not just the sixth one, will also be a mystery. In fact, we might not even need all the maps because it's a distinct possibility that some team might just get the champion rush condition activated soon enough and then end the tournament before the fifth game itself. I have a feeling that the first team to activate the champion rush condition will do it by the end of the third game.
Whoa. And which team would that be if you had to name it?
I can't pick any one team. I think either PVS Gaming, Assassin Army, or Team Elite. Any one of these three teams can activate the champion rush condition by the end of the third game. But that doesn't guarantee that they'll win the tournament.
Sure, because the condition is very important. You have to get the booyah, and yesterday we also talked about the pressure that triggers after reaching that point rush stage, and that indicatively forces them to take battles which might not end up exactly how they want to, or maybe they might be focused as well to get eliminated early on, and that is the last thing that any team would want to do. I mean, would want to face indeed.
Exactly, right? So all these teams will have to come up with a very, very unique blend and they have to be super adaptable. How will these guys deal with the pressure? At first, they'll have to focus on getting the points, then the booyah. How will they face it? Let's take a look by listening to one of our players themselves.
देखिए कल का डे बहुत अच्छा गया, 10 अंक आपने कमाए हैं, हेडशॉट है, क्या फील हो रहा है आज? टारगेट हो सकते हैं आप शुरुआत से?
वो है कि टारगेट तो हमको ही करेंगे टीम, क्योंकि स्टार्टिंग में हमारे पॉइंट सबसे ज्यादा है। तो जैसे आपने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले बोला कि बट एक बैकअप प्लान के साथ भी।
बिल्कुल। असैसिन्स आर्मी, देखिए मैं यहाँ पे स्टैट्स देख रहा था, आपकी टीम यहाँ पे मल्टीपल टाइम बूया निकाली है और बूया का महत्व बहुत ज़्यादा। अप्रोच क्या टीम अग्रेसिव
ज्यादा बंद है तो फिर इसलिए बंद है तो
बहुत शुरुआत चाहिए कि कल होगा कि प्लेयर
Was a lead. Start action the also that game every now pretty they or that we and for to see that there are
Up again, Kalahari. Now the game is map of seventh state on the final. Is grand final free fire now little, but assassin army been TGE army team was team PN role every
guy he can spot for the and he's follow apart crazy he's well. So TSG, you've got a huge legend. Dark is picked as the most likely team to win the tournament. But of course, our predictions, I'm going to be leading with Assassin Army and TSG. And I think there's quite a lot of names which are similar across all the casters.
Well, I believe that a lot of reputations are also spotted. I mean, sure, number 1, 2, 3 are shuffled, but I do see one introduced name as compared to not introduced or choosing for they see RNX with the sort of aggression that they have. Let's say if we are going to see them in games, sure, in as well as team,
Two teams are problem everybody. These teams have been playing really well, so it kind of makes sense for everyone to pick them up. But yeah, the two names which we did not really expect to see on top were they see RNX and Black. Both of those teams have proved RNX are wonderful elimination hungry team, and Black come all get bought have unifications like T8 they have a mix of all vision. They work the
was at all champion. I am very next match will go with because they have, I believe they are only to in a day and posing yourself in a house with walls not willing to push in, survive until and then get on the next phase where they were cocooning them just how we it is they themselves know how it one that what but not pick up and surviving until the end and then taking away the booyah. So if it is was hitting the champion, I'm sure fine target which is achieving a booyah. Now there's one question rate will be targeted.
yeah, that's distinct. At the start, people just try to play their own game and try to the champion as the 8-point mark. After that, you might just see a lot of targeting. So teams will have to keep track of where these teams are landing, where they are going. Keep in mind that the players cannot see the finish feed, so it will become a little difficult for them to determine which exact team they're fighting. But these players have been playing against the same team since the last 5 odd days. So you know where their habits and their tendencies, you can actually ruin their matches. Hope that the team their own game someone else.
Covered me right because in terms of to the great for somebody you might be the one to fall in first. So if at the you feel that other team is already active and they are going to take away. So not only one team, I believe multiple teams not allowing the other one to take away the title. So I believe after the 80-point marker, the real game will begin. Until then, everybody will try to procure and chase to the marker.
Yeah, so all these teams will have to go for that little personality switch after they have activated the champion rush condition. At first, their whole focus will be to get as many eliminations as possible and race to the top, and then they will have to just focus on survival. Two teams that are TSG and Pasio Sports already spoke about contender to do this. They procure booyahs in a single day, and the fact that they can focus on the booyahs this much and get it with so much consistency kind of proves that yeah, they are capable of winning the tournament as well. But on the other hand, you've got teams like TSG who were able to get 127 points in a single day. So if nobody else is able to even activate the champion rush condition, what's gonna happen? Those are the questions in my mind. I'm sure even you're asking quite a lot of them. So without further ado, let's find some answers. Let's start the matches for the day. The first game of the day is going to be over the skies of Bermuda, and the plane is in the skies.
We also would want to see the flight trajectory about how is it supportive enough to give the clean spread out. Well, flight path is supportive, but are the teams, are the players, that still remains a question. K98 Army has already taken the leap above Bullseye. If we talk about the spread out over Shipyard, it is Black Flag Army PVS trying to get control over Hangar, and now it is Vasio Esports and HTG taking a leap as well. Team Elite, I'm very sure they will go to their home ground, which is Cape Town. Total Gaming again reaching for the mill. Now, this is something they haven't done by far. This should bring in the best change, but it is already the first elimination taking place within first minute. And it's Car 98 taking down one of the players of WinZ Gaming who was immediately resurrected.
Yeah, and they're doing this all in Graveyard. It's kind of ironic that you pick up a fight over here, you bear it right here as well. But Car 98, these guys who were separated from each other are now moving in closer. They find Gyanaroop, and before Gyan Ninja can get his feet on the ground, he might just get targeted as well. Car 98 Gaming are already up at 2 eliminations, so they're inching closer and closer. And at one point, they were all spread out, so now they've all just gathered up. And they're looking for the rest of the players of WinZ Gaming, who, by the way, have been having quite a bad time since yesterday. It's like these guys were getting destroyed by every team that they face, and they're not able to win any of their fights. Elsewhere, you have Desi RNX going up against Vasio Esports. Now, if I'm not wrong, this is quite far away from everybody else, so the chances of them getting third party are not that high. But still, it's in your best interest to finish this fight as quickly as possible.
But Rimnam Village being highly populated is something that we can only get to see in grand finals now. Vasio Esports, Anshu, one of the finest eliminator, one of the finest predator, has been put to sleep. Sure will be revived. Desi RNX. Now, after having a look at predictions from Hindi talents, I am also looking forward to see about how Desi RNX rotation would go towards. Anshu will be revived for sure, but then you're reviving the recall tower skills get also decimated. So let's see about how many more times through the tokens will he be brought back. Team PVS fighting against WinZ Gaming. WinZ Gaming are having a hard start to eliminations early on. Again, they are pinned against PVS Army, and I believe they do not want to go back. They want to make sure that they get more and more elimination points.
Yeah, and WinZ Gaming have already lost a couple of their players to, if I'm not wrong, the fight in Graveyard. So now this is the second fight that they're picking up, and this time it's PVS that they're going up against. Eco and Nancy, they both get one each. PVS have once again created a lot of problems for WinZ Gaming, where WinZ, the captain himself, has to run away, has to give up on this fight. What they don't know is there's a sneaky member of DCRNX also in the vicinity. But nope, there will be no escape for WinZ Gaming. The moment they try to move away from this area, they will be shot down in the open, and they're the first team to get eliminated.
Here we go. Team PBS Gaming 3 eliminations and trying to play safe. From Cartlus Siva towards Graveyard. Now, TSG taking the longest leap towards different direction. Are they hitting towards one of the players for Desi RNX? If so, I have to see that. Why would they go in the hunt for Vinod? Because you wouldn't want to go reverse to reach the speed that you want to. At the end of the day, you want to go towards the end, towards the center of the circle.
Oh, and right in the center of this house, you've got TSG fighting up against Car 98. TSG, while they have quite a big lead, it isn't anything compared to what Car 98 have had already. They've had a good start to this battle. Basil will bring back Smoke the moment he's finished off, but once Vinod pops himself, he is gonna get destroyed. The shotguns in the hands of TSG are lethal. Badal will bring back Vinod as well. The moment two of them are down, Car 98 Army will bring both of their players back. So, yes, sure, they still have an opportunity to continue in this game. It's not over yet for them, but you can't afford to keep feeding these points to TSG.
TSG, well, deciding to go outside the circle, paid a lot of rewards. 4 eliminations is already too much and too nice. Team TSG going as safe as possible, and now it is all about Desi RNX. Badal again very nearby, And let's see if he's going to get spotted. Both of them take tanking up zone damage, but it's fine. It's just the first zone now. Zone damage wouldn't be hurtful. And talking about loots, they do have enough health kits to work out with. Badal, there's no way he can survive this. Went in for the revival of his teammate, but how many eliminations can he take before getting eliminated? And answer is, well, he got one knock, but no elimination.
Well, there you have it. TSG are on fire. You clearly know that these guys are gonna spare nothing to get to that champion rush condition early on. They are leaving no stone unturned, no area unhunted. And off they go to find their next targets. Flying over Catalistwa, they will come across the members of Kar 98 army below them, but they're heading towards the south of Bhimasakti Hill, so they will have even PVS across the valley to fight. Meanwhile, HTG versus Desi RNX. Now, this could be a very interesting battle. The double balcony house to the south of Peak is a lovely compound which every team wants to control, but Desi RNX will be chasing them, and they'll be doing it on foot. So can Desi Army actually keep up with them, or would they just rather get a decent compound to call home and then hold on to that for as long as possible? For now, their options are quite open. They'll need a little bit of an advantage to start initiating this battle. But elsewhere on the map, you've got Team Elite facing Total Gaming. And this is happening just on the edge of Mill. While Total Gaming have a lot of players to just one man, Forty Ajay is being outside the zone in Keratin to keep his teammates alive and
Make sure that they revive the teammate. Carnegie Bulls are going for most. This team in the circuit army has an waiting nearby. The compound we do have Assassin Army. Just on the southern side we have HTG Gaming. We see on the west we have talking about elite on the and the elite is losing some matches. It is going late frustration. Either they die, either they eliminate to zone.
neither of these. Both of them are just really bad and not so lucrative options. But the circle goes in for a central shift, and Shakti is now in the zone. Who have to bring back at half time, but outside. So after land himself near 2, meanwhile, continues to keep. I hope that doesn't count here because P and Rose are very, very close to him. It seems P and Rose haven't paid attention to Mafia. From gaming should say at least now. Rose, turn the eastern edge of the they will this bunch of numbers for themselves and should be careful. More towards the center as Assassin who the several houses of P under the margin. Apart from them, there's nobody really big. Even the double wall compound, which we saw occupied just a few minutes ago, that's still quite far available for the taking. So he's to take this out, enabled by DCR and yes as well. So, yet all these some real estate.
The final going to write down and to be to party for to and by the end of the circle they definitely get build party so from party he found around the and it is now what of jump now players I will be it is the battle for surviving and also able to escape because there's still a long way to go. Nobody wants to get eliminated. when you have 0 elimination points, and this is sort of a rush that nobody expects coming in.
Yeah, and Car 98 Army will have to pay the price for it. They don't expect this, and they've been eliminated. But now, we just spoke about PS trying to come up towards P, and Army were already big man, and Rose will be able to. And that hasn't been one. This team, that way, Prince is the only person that survived. While he's the title of the MVP before, this is way much for him. It's too early in the game. There's a lot for the spot.
And I don't want to get eliminated. One, he's waiting for the rest of his teammates and see if they need to PN as well. One leading waiting for or was up ground that also has the upper ground advantage, realizing to cost use the launch pad and towards side strip. This because hard lot of opportunity.
To a rare test around by our teams. We got players getting on the low ground below them. Black could be a match threat. Now, look at this fight and but how PBS dive inside assassin from top, just looking at all of this and ones who are reaping all the rewards from all the teams who are trying to trade in. Bit of unshoot, shoot down, bust, terminate. Oh, for the game situation, they thought they had the number advantage over PBS, but they were expecting to come quickly, and now they're out.
Now they are out. 9 teams only. Team total game. One of the players was successful enough to revive the entire team. It is definitely against total game. One team heroes almost eliminated team assassin are struggling. They are being from 3 different angles. Total gaming, TV, and one try to get the center of the circle to attack the opposite teams and Halo running is not about Prince. Risky from the side of the back. He was, oh my, it was a good reaction inside of those.
Yeah, but Prince has missed. He's looking around his grace, hoping to find salvation, but he will only find death out of the game. And both, it's difficult for every out there start in front of HTG just trying to get it. So they'll have everybody and the actions hope need to get another and God short version and now will be bombed by up even do this very enough and another one as well. India does down in the end, but Darshan he can't get Pratik back. He'll just have to stay out and keep healing himself. Down of we are out. HTG will also fight the dust, and surprisingly, even gaming have somehow managed to survive. They only lose coming behind. Drew is the game for Black Army and HTG, but the rest of his team, these guys, they're all fine in the drives.
They're not where they exactly are. They're just to deliver some sort of damage, maybe buying time. Circle has taken its shift. There's no team as of now who has got the center of the circle. Everybody's trying to play edge to edge, but there's one more fight happening on the edge of the Masakri strip, which doesn't even belong to the circle. Team PSG versus Team Elite. 11 eliminations already, and it is an end for Team Elite with last man remaining. And on the other side, There are 3 players fighting against him. There's no way he survived. Meters all destroyed, and it was this man using hand cannons to get that elimination point, also trying to go ahead, gatekeep the charged titans in the lobby, Team TSG.
SG currently on fire, quite literally, because they're point trying to and our the tower is them game have to force to go around the and Rose eliminated on the hill, and CRX were the ones who get them back to fight total gaming. So that fight is happening on the peak. Meanwhile, SG here current shots that yes start finding players of total gaming. Insane has been eliminated, and PUBG gets down to Daisy. Next the ball forgot about behind the glue and PBS out. It's a now TSG was current
Use it to this push sounds risky to me. I use the shot and might be able to deliver 2 immediately. Blue wall temporary cover sure and try to go up, not into this fight. Instead, going for the back, and that something very very interesting. So over the delivering a little bit of damage, and there's no way they can deliver damage to us.
This round feel his damage. He's not able to find the dark is found. Only he gets a stop and the they each other. It's fun and T leap of from. They've been at the top for the longest time, and once again they prove why they are the most dominant.
It's my top. They for the last 3 matches on the point rush day. A danger for year and every word celebration. One step ahead and final, and that is a positive step towards the 14 eliminations all together. We are going to point rush stage with it was down. It was all the right stage.
Is very aggressive. They had like even finished, and this is just absolute